Boo! Hey, how you doing? Let's play Kingdom Hearts on the hardest difficulty, cause my life. God damn it, the gummy ship has inverted controls. Our first stop is Wonderland, where we meet Alice, who's being charged with assault and attempted theft, with her punishment being the death penalty. Well, this just got dark. She pleads not guilty, but the queen insists it's her, with no proof or evidence. Objection! Her reasoning? Because she said so. Alright. So we interfere, and the queen agrees to let us find the evidence for Alice. And if we fail, we all get our heads chopped off. Isn't this game rated E? For the time being, they lock her in a cage, and we head into the Lotus Forest to find some clues. Inside, we run into Cheshire, the cat who I guess gives us a hint. There are 4 pieces of evidence in all. 3 are a cinch to find, the 4th is tricky. Big reward if you find them all. Cheshire, what the hell was even that? Whatever, at least we know there's 4 of them. And he wasn't kidding about the first 3 being easy because they're practically just lying around. So we pick up the footprints, antenna, and stench. As for the 4th one, he was right. It is a bit tricky. You have to give a potion to a flower so it makes us grow. Hold up, stay with me. You're supposed to step on this tree stump to open up a path to a door. But we accidentally ate this acorn that shrinks us back down to size before doing any of that. Curse my ability to always do the wrong thing first. I used my one and only potion for it too, so now all I have are my high potions. I really don't want to use my high potions, but it's a sacrifice that must be made. Wait, it didn't work? Are you telling me it only takes potions? But isn't a high potion still a potion? So now we're back, and we did it right this time. We find the last piece of evidence, and Cheshire gives us the blizzard spell. We make our way back to the courtroom to present our evidence. And inside, a Heartless appears, proving Alice is innocent. But the queen sends our guards after us anyways. So everything we did was pointless? Yeah, that's cool. In this fight, you have to break the tower holding Alice's cage up. So we do just that, and the cage drops. But once it opens, she's no longer inside. The queen is just as shocked as us, so we know it wasn't her doing, which means it must have been the Heartless. We head back to the Lotus Forest, and oh snap, the big boys are spawning. They can be a little troublesome. Don't mind that, that's not canon. Next, we enter the Bazaar Room, where Cheshire tells us to solve a puzzle, if you even want to call it that. You just push triangle on these 2 lamps to light them. That's it. Then a door unlocks, and we begin this world's boss fight, the Trick Master. He has this sweep attack, and as long as we don't get too far away from him, he'll stay in the same spot. So our strategy is to go in for an attack, then dodge roll out, rinse and repeat. Then beat the shit out of him when he drops like this. He'll go into phase 2, where he tries to shoot fireballs at you, but just like before, if you stay close enough to him, he'll be in the same spot trying to do the sweep attack. Towards the end of the fight, it starts getting a little hectic, but we just time our dodge rolls right and attack when there's an opening. We beat him no problem, but there's still no sign of Alice. Although we find a keyhole, and apparently the keyhole is how the Heartless are entering into the world. So we lock it and head to the next world to see if we can find any clues on where the Heartless took Alice, along with trying to find Kairi and Riku, on top of trying to understand what the hell is even going on. I love Kingdom Hearts. Normally, you're supposed to go to Olympus next, but you unlock the healing move Cure in the deep jungle, and since we're on the hardest difficulty, it'll make our lives much easier having Cure sooner than later, especially since Donald hasn't healed us once this entire time.
What do you know, you big Pinocchio?
Fuck you, Donald! Speaking of Donald, upon arriving at the deep jungle, he calls it a backwater place. What does that even mean? A place or condition in which no development or progress is taking place. Shut up, Donald! He says he doesn't want to land the ship here, but Sora starts to argue with him since there's a possibility we could find the friends we're looking for here. So they end up fighting over the steering wheel, causing the ship to spiral out of control.
Do a barrel roll!
And we all get separated in the process. Sora lands in a treehouse and is greeted by a fight with Sabor the leopard. We lost. But the story progressed anyways. I tell you, it's when they let you keep going is when it hurts the worst. Good thing Zoro's not here to see me lose again. Tarzan jumps in and scares her off. We introduce ourselves, but he barely speaks any English, and oh shit, Sora's hallucinating again. Anyways, we tell him about Kairi and Riku, and he says he can take us to them. So we follow him, which leads us to this little slide mini game, where as a kid, I could never time this jump right to avoid getting smacked in the face by this branch. But now that I'm older, it's my time to shine. The slide leads us to a tent, where inside we meet Jane, who's here researching gorillas. Then a man named Clayton walks in. This dude is literally a trash can. Besides this trash can man, there is good news because Donald and Goofy walk in behind him. The gang's all here. Donald and Sora agree to put their argument to the side for now. Then Jane tells us we might have a better time communicating with Tarzan if we use pictures, since this man's out here speaking gorilla. So we gather the randomly scattered slides around camp. How did this even get up here? Who threw it? I'm looking at you, Clayton, you piece of shit. We take the slides back to the tent, but still no luck from Tarzan. But our boy Clayton suggests that Kairi and Riku might be with the gorillas. This guy. Tarzan trusts us enough to take us to the gorillas' nesting grounds. To get there, we have to pass through Hippo's Lagoon, which I also remember being difficult to platform through as a kid. But now that I'm older, I should be able to do it. I did it. You weren't expecting that, were you? Once we're at the nesting grounds, we meet the gorillas that raised Tarzan, Kerchak and Kala. Kerchak is displeased with Tarzan revealing the nesting grounds to us, but Tarzan insists that we're trustworthy and in need of help. Kerchak seems distracted though, as he looks towards the treehouse, so we'll go check it out. Ah yes, backtracking. My favorite. Also, this was completely pointless, but I had to swing on the vines for fun.
A potato flew around my room.
Do you get it? It's because I'm on a vine. Once we get to the treehouse, Clayton is about to shoot one of the gorillas, but Donald screams in his ear, causing him to miss. Trash can. His excuse? He wasn't aiming for the gorilla. A snake slithered by and he actually saved the gorilla's life. Ha ha ha! Dumpster. We make our way back to the tent. Slide mini game, here we come. Once we get there, we notice Heartless are surrounding one of the gorillas, so we take care of them just to find out that Heartless are trying to harm all of the gorillas. And you know what that means. Backtracking through the entire level to save them all. Donald, I'm not gonna say it. Back to Hippo's Lagoon. God damn it. To save you the headache of seeing it all, we saved them all, and now we're back at the treehouse to go back down to the tent. Along the way, we run into Sabor again, and honestly, I'm glad because I got some built-up backtracking anger for you, bitch. We ain't lose this time. Once we defeated her, we entered the tent to realize Jane is missing. We're gonna have to go back up, aren't we? When we find Jane, we have to save her by fighting a giant fruit. How does that even make sense? Okay, she's saved, but what do we do now? Oh, go back down? All right, Donald, you were right. This is a backwater place. You guys need some elevators. Whatever, it's all good because now we're finally at the boss fight for this world. Mr. Trash Can Man himself. We interrupt his
overkill
and start the first phase of the fight with a camera angle so bad that as soon as it starts, it's pointing at us instead of him. Who designed this? Thanks to that, we took a shotgun to the face. And based on the damage it did, I'm starting to think we're a little underleveled for this fight. So we searched the internet where all the answers reside. They're saying 20 is the recommended level. We're 13. We'll be fine. Wait, he can heal? A boss that can heal? That's against the rules, you son of a bitch. Whatever, I don't care that he can heal because we got past the first phase. Time for phase 2. Clayton on the invisible boatmobile. I'm just kidding, it's an invisible chameleon. The stealth sneak, which also starts with the camera pointed at us. Well, the first phase was easy, so this can't be that bad. Of course it would be you to be the hardest boss fight we've had so far. Curse you, Trash Can Man. Okay, maybe we should grind some levels. We head back to Traverse Town because there's a spot here that is perfect for grinding. You just circle through these sets of doors and the enemies continuously respawn. We're now level 16. Hello, skip button. Instant camera flip. Dodge your shotgun. You're done. Bring on the big boy. For this phase, we just need to focus on the stealth sneak. Clayton's shotgun can be annoying, but now now that we're a higher level, we can take a few hits before we actually have to worry. There are a few moves we need to look out for, like his charge attack and leg sweep. Also, as soon as you see any glowing, dodge roll the hell out of there, because he's about to shoot projectiles at you. Up close, it's deadly, but from far away, it's no threat. This is actually a good time to heal if you need to. Once the stealth sneak was done, we finished off Clayton like it was nothing. Heal that, you son of a bitch. We got the cure spell, and Kerchak shows us his appreciation by yeeting us to a cave. But this ain't no ordinary cave. This cave actually holds the location of this world's keyhole. We seal it, and even though we didn't find the friends we were looking for here, we made some good friends along the way. And we got to kick Clayton's ass. I've been wanting to do that ever since I saw Tarzan as a kid. We got the jungle keyblade, and now we're off to the next world. And we'll end it right here. As always, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Pushing up my head till I'm confident as Kanye. Success is getting from Ariana Grande. Cruising in a Civic, I'ma flip it to a vet. I'll snatch a chain, take off, then run off set.